Alright, this problem looks easy, but there are a lot of people that cannot solve this problem. If you click on this video, it's for three reasons. One is because you know how to solve it and you want to check the comments who gets it wrong. Two, it's because you're not sure about the answer and you just want to make sure you have it correct. Or three, simply because you don't know and you want to review this problem. Well, there are many problems like this. Let's look at this problem. We have 25, we have minus, we have parentheses, we have 5, we have multiplication, we have 4, we have parentheses, we have addition, we have 4, we have division, and we have 2. Now, there are many ways to solve this problem. Well, no, there are not many ways to solve this problem, but people and many students solve it in many ways. But that doesn't mean that their answer is correct. So, what's the first thing we need to do? The first thing to do here is to know some rules. What are the rules? Well, I don't know if you are very familiar with these terms. PE is not physical education. It's PEMDAS. PEMDAS. In other countries, they know it as BODMAS, or they're also known as BIDMAS. So I don't know which one you know. I learned this one over here. So depending from where you are, well, depending which acronym you learned. So, which one of these can you use? Well, it doesn't matter which one you use, all of them follow the same order. So now, what's the first step you should take in this problem? Well, let's look at what PEMDAS stands for. So let me rewrite PEMDAS over here one more time so that we know what PEMDAS stands for, because if you don't know what to do, you might get this problem wrong in a test or in a quiz. So what is P? P stands for parentheses. What is E? E stands for exponents. What is M? Well, M is multiplication, stands for multiplication. What is PEMDAS? D. Well, D is division. And what is A? A is addition. What is S? S is subtraction. But there's something special with multiplication and division, addition, and subtraction. Many students get confused, and many people get confused with these two over here. Why? Because they don't understand when I say, they don't understand when the teachers say, solve them from left to right. What does that mean, solve them from left to right? Well, you cannot solve problems going from right to left. You cannot solve them from right to left. So how do you really solve math problems? Well, it's just like reading. Whenever you read a book, whenever you read, it doesn't matter what you're reading, a newspaper, you read from left to right. All right, so we need to solve this problem going from here. You're here and you start walking. Let's say you start walking. Well, you're solving it from here going this way. You're not going from this direction. From this direction, you are not going from this direction. Okay, so let's look at this problem one more time and let's see if you know which step you should take first. Okay, so let me clear the whiteboard. Okay, so you know what is PEMDAS. Let me rewrite it one more time over here so that we can follow this, so we know what to do and follow. So first, you have to go from left to right, looking for any parentheses. So let's go left to right and let's see if you can find a parenthesis. Well, this problem over here, this is in parentheses, guys. So first thing you need to do is solve this over here. So what is 5 times 4? Well, you should know your times table by now. So 5 times 4 is 20. So what you can do is to rewrite the numbers that you haven't solved yet, because in that way you keep everything organized. Now, you see, we don't need the parentheses anymore. What's the next step to do? Remember, guys, you are here, so you need to go from left to right. All right, you start walking. Let's say you start walking, but what are you looking for next? You're looking for anything that has an exponent. Well, you see, there is no exponent. If this were to be an exponent, you would have you would have had to solve this one here. But this problem doesn't have any exponent. So what's next? You don't need to find or solve for any exponents. So what is the next step you should take here? Well, the next step is multiplication, right? Well, we did multiplication, but we did not really do multiplication because we were working into the parentheses, right? So in this parenthesis we had multiplication, so we did multiplication. If we were to have division, we would be going to do we were to do division, but you see, no division was in this problem. So from left to right, let's look for multiplication. Well, no multiplication, guys. See, we have here subtraction, addition, and division. So nothing with multiplication. So by now, you should feel safe and you should know the order of operations. So now, what's next? Division. Division is next. So here I have subtraction, addition, and division. So over here I have a division sign. So what does that mean? Simply means that these two need to be solved, and you don't have to care much about this sign. If this was to be a minus, don't worry about a minus yet. Focus on division, these two numbers over here. So now 4 divided by 2, well, you should know that 4 divided by 2 is 2. And yes, now bring down the plus sign. If this was to be a minus sign, you would just bring it down. So don't worry about the signs yet, because you are following the order of operations, which is division by now. So let's rewrite 25 minus 20. Now 25 minus 20. Okay, so here at this step is very critical, and this is where many students will get it wrong, because students think addition, they see the word PEMDAS, and because they see that addition comes first, they will do 20 plus 2, giving them 22. Then they will go ahead and they will minus 25 minus 22, which will give them 3. Well, guys, I'm so sorry if you wrote 3 down in the comments. Your answer is wrong. I'm really sorry to tell you that the answer is wrong. Why? Because that's not how we use the order of operations. The order of operations is very helpful because in your future, whenever you move to higher math, you need to follow the rule. So order of operations, you have to learn this by heart. So you see, what's coming first? Subtraction. Why? So AS, which means addition and subtraction, they are interchangeable, so it can also be SAY, because we treat these at the same levels. We need to respect addition, we need to respect subtraction. So because subtraction comes before addition, well, we need to do subtraction. If addition were to be first, then subtraction, you do the addition first. That's the only thing you may need to be aware of when dealing with these operations. So what's the next step? Well, you have to do subtraction. You take 25 and you minus 20, you get 5 plus 2. Here is vital, guys. If you made it till here, let me know down in the comments. It means that you have mastered PEMDAS. So what would be 5 plus 2? Well, that's very easy. 5 plus 2 is 7. So this is your final answer, guys. It's 7. Now, what do you think about this problem? Is the answer 3 or is the answer 7? Or what answer did you get? Let me know down in the comments. I would like to read your comments and see where you stand in solving problems like this. And thank you for watching. I hope this video was helpful and opens your mind to what math is, because math is fun, guys. When it's fun, it's when you know what to do with it, but it's not fun when you don't know what to do with it. And remember, like the video, give it a like. It really helps and supports the channel. So thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next math lesson.